I'm Dr. William Harris, my pals. It's good to see you on my channel once more, where I offer straightforward yet powerful tips for maintaining your health past 60. I want you to listen to this carefully for a few minutes today. Do you think your life's lifespan and general health could be directly impacted by the things you do in the first 5 minutes after getting up? I am referring to nothing dramatic. Little things like what you eat after waking up, how you walk, or what you drink initially can have a big impact on your health until you're 85 or even 105. It has already been demonstrated by science. By forming this easy daily routine, some older persons can reduce their risk of stroke, maintain a clear mind, and stay physically strong for decades. Here's the sad reality though. The majority of adults over 65 are still unaware of this or are aware of it, but prefer to disregard it. However, you won't. Because I'm going to show you the entire 5-minute morning routine today, which consists of 5 particular steps that leading medical professionals have dubbed the golden formula for improving mental clarity, strength, and lifespan in later age. Let me start with a handshake and a brief inquiry to learn a little bit more about you before we get into the specifics. What's your name? Additionally, from where are you seeing this video? Which nation or city? I genuinely appreciate this group of senior citizens who are actively managing their health, so please leave a comment below so I can get to know my audience better. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell if you appreciate useful, doable articles like this one. This will ensure that you don't miss the next insightful suggestion on how to live a longer, better, and more independent life. Let me start by sharing Harold's tale with you in order to make the true effects of this behavior more evident. Before he tried doing one very basic thing every morning, an elderly man thought his health could never be restored. After many years of employment as an engineer in the state of Ohio, Harold, now 68, retired. Harold started to notice a noticeable deterioration in his health 2 years ago. His joints hurt every morning, he was always exhausted, and the results of his cardiovascular examination were so concerning that his doctor issued a severe warning. Harold told me that he had considered the possibility that he would not survive to see his grandchildren grow up. However, when a retired doctor who lived next door shared a straightforward 5-minute morning ritual with him, everything changed. Like many others, Harold was initially dubious. However, he said I had nothing to lose, so he gave it a shot. And he began to see the difference in a few of weeks. His doctor was astounded by the gains in his health measures 6 months later. His EKG, blood pressure, and cholesterol all indicated impressive improvement. Harold's 70-year-old body now looks like that of a healthy 55-year-old. Harold said, "I feel like I've been given a second chance at life." And it all began with just 5 basic components that he progressively included into his daily morning ritual to gently awaken his body. First element, the morning hydration routine. Even if you don't feel thirsty, your body is severely dehydrated the moment you open your eyes in the morning. Your body has been silently losing over half a liter of water by breathing and sweating all night long with no replacement. Dehydration causes more than just fatigue. It thickens your blood, which puts more strain on your heart and blood vessels. That's one of the main reasons why, especially in those over 65, heart attacks and strokes are more likely to occur in the first 1 to 2 hours after waking. In addition to enhancing circulation, brain function, and metabolic performance, scientists from the Cleveland Clinic and Harvard University claim that starting your day with adequate water can dramatically lower your risk of cardiovascular disease. What precisely should you do then? It's really easy. Drink 16 ounces, 480 milliliters, of room temperature water with a quarter of a fresh lemon squeezed in as soon as you wake up, before you even get out of bed. Why at room temperature? Because drinking cold water slows down circulation by causing your blood vessels to tighten. And when your heart and brain are most in need of oxygen, that is the last thing you want. Conversely, room temperature water promotes improved blood flow right away by dilatation of blood vessels. What about the lemon? Vitamin C, potassium, and natural electrolytes found in lemons all have mild anti-inflammatory, blood pressure regulating, and artery softening properties. This is among the easiest methods for stimulating your heart. No prescription drugs are required. This is the most crucial aspect though. Time. Drink this as soon as you open your eyes, before you have any coffee or tea, or before you eat anything at all. If done regularly, this one tiny thing every morning can have a big impact on your circulation and longevity. Water is just one aspect of the situation, though. Fueling the system is not enough to get your circulation moving. Additionally, you must start the flow as soon as you get out of bed. The second component is a straightforward movement routine that lasts precisely 60 seconds, which I will reveal to you immediately after this. However, leading cardiologists claim that it can significantly lower your risk of stroke and significantly increase blood flow to the brain all day long. By the way, I sincerely appreciate you continuing to watch this video. It indicates that you're giving your personal health some serious thought. Enter the number 1 in the comments section below to let me know you're still with me. I'd like to know who is remaining involved and dedicated throughout this trip. Element 2. Circulation. Reset in the first 60 seconds. Activating your blood circulation is the second component of this 5-minute morning ritual. Doing it during the first 60 seconds of getting out of bed is crucial. Blood tends to accumulate in the lower body, particularly in the legs, after a restless night. Particularly in older adults, this brief decrease in circulation can result in less oxygen reaching the brain, which frequently causes dizziness, imbalance, and in more severe situations, blood clots. According to research from Johns Hopkins University, you're more likely to begin your day in a condition of circulatory sluggishness, with constricted blood vessels and reduced blood flow to the brain if your blood isn't appropriately redistributed as soon as you wake up. According to geriatric circulation specialist Dr. Eleanor Thomas, a single, easy 60-second exercise pattern can boost blood flow to the brain by over 40%. In addition to reducing the chance of stroke, that makes you feel more rested, aware, and prepared to face the day. This is a simple, equipment-free exercise that you may perform next to your bed. Just place your feet shoulder-width apart and rise tall as soon as you can. Breathe deeply through your nose, raise both arms straight above your head, and then slowly drop them while gently exhaling through your mouth. Then roll your shoulders 5 times in the rear and 5 times in the front. Last but not least, do 10 heel rises, raising your heels off the floor and then gradually lowering them to aid in the natural pumping action that returns blood from your legs to your heart. The effects of this complete practice can persist throughout the morning, even though it only takes about a minute. The lethargic sensation you usually get after waking up will go away, and you'll notice that your body feels warmer and your mind feels clearer. Over time, this modest habit can improve your brain and cardiovascular health if you do it every day. There is no need for drugs. Your body goes into a state where it is prepared to absorb nutrients once it has been adequately hydrated, and your circulation has been stimulated. Nourishment. However, most people are unaware of this. Your body will start breaking down its own muscle tissue to make energy if you don't eat any protein within the first half hour after getting up. Although it is a silent process, people over 65 frequently go through this. Additionally, even if you eat healthily the remainder of the day, it can cause progressive muscle loss if left untreated. Because of this, the protein timing method, the next thing I'm going to discuss, is essential for maintaining long-term independence, muscle strength, and flexibility as you age. Element 3 Protein Timing Technique. Eating protein at the appropriate time is the third component of our 5-minute morning ritual. And it's not lunch or dinner at that time. It happens in the first half hour after waking up. A lot of people believe that it's okay as long as they consume adequate protein throughout the day. However, for those over 65, timing is just as important as quantity when it comes to protein intake. National Institute on Aging studies indicates that between 3 a.m. and 8 a.m., the aging body goes through a stage where muscle deterioration happens more quickly than usual. The body will begin breaking down its own muscle tissue for fuel if you don't provide protein during this window, which can result in weakness, a compromised immune system, and an increased risk of falls. Seniors who eat 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 30 minutes of waking up had up to 64% less muscle loss over a 5-year period than those who miss or postpone breakfast, according to geriatric nutrition specialist Dr. Rebecca Fleming. To put it another way, you may preserve most of your muscle mass throughout the day by just consuming enough protein at the beginning. It might be extremely easy to get the proper kind of protein. A cup of Greek yogurt combined with a scoop of protein powder, 4 to 5 egg whites with 1 whole egg, or a whey protein smoothie. Soft tofu, cottage cheese, or a premium plant-based protein produced from rice and peas are all great substitutes for vegetarians. When you eat is more important than what you consume. As soon as possible after waking up is the response. This might be the missing component, the golden window of the morning that you've been unwittingly missing. If you've ever felt like you're eating healthily, but still gradually becoming weaker, simply eating protein at the appropriate times will help you feel stronger, have more energy, move more freely, have less back discomfort, and enhance cardiovascular and cognitive performance. Making sure your muscles and joints can move easily and smoothly from the beginning of your day is the next step once your body has been primed to protect and maintain muscle mass. A lot of individuals fail to notice this, and it contributes to the prevalence of stiffness, dependence, and falls beyond age 65. Now, let's discuss the fourth component. Do you continue to watch? I'm genuinely glad to have you here if you've read this far. Your dedication is greatly appreciated. To let me know I'm not talking alone, please leave the number 3 in the comments section below. Please like and share this video with someone you care about if it has been useful to you. Element 4. 90-second mobility sequence. Your blood flow isn't the only thing that slows down after a full night of inactivity. Additionally, your muscles and joints become less flexible and more rigid. For older folks, this can be particularly risky because even small, thoughtless movements, such as bending down, twisting your body, or getting out of bed in the wrong way, can result in falls, strained muscles, or joint problems. Unfortunately, many persons who miss a few minutes of gentle movement each morning experience persistent joint discomfort, decreased mobility, or even loss of independence. The fluid that surrounds your joints, known as synovial fluid, tends to thicken while you sleep, according to orthopedic specialists at the Mayo Clinic. You risk developing minor, recurring wear and tear injuries that eventually develop into chronic arthritis or joint degeneration if you don't actively warm up and loosen this fluid with mild motions during your initial movements of the day. The answer is straightforward. Spend an additional 90 seconds performing a mild sequence that warms up your main muscle groups and lubricates your joints once you've finished your circulation reset. To begin, rotate your ankles 10 times clockwise and 10 times counterclockwise while seated on the edge of your bed. Next, move your knees in little circles, roughly 10 rotations on each side. After that, stand up and slowly bend your upper body side to side 5 times on each side while hanging onto a chair or the bed if necessary. Complete with 10 slow backward shoulder rolls after carefully rotating your torso to the left and right. In less than 90 seconds, this entire program will improve the smoothness of your joints, ease stiffness, maintain your balance, and drastically minimize your risk of falling, particularly if you have a history of knee, back, or spinal problems. There's one more thing you need to do, and it's possibly the most crucial of all now that your body is properly hydrated, your circulation is operating, your muscles are being fed, and your joints are being relaxed. Get your mind going. Because no matter how healthy your body is, you won't be able to enjoy the day to the fullest if your mind is cloudy, distracted, or unfocused. Let's examine the last component of this 5-minute morning routine, the one that preserves your memory, improves your concentration, and maintains clear thinking far into old age. Element number 5, mental clarity. Work out. The last component of this morning ritual is entirely related to your brain, the most vital organ that affects your quality of life, and has nothing to do with your muscles or joints. Modern science is disproving the widespread belief that memory loss and cognitive decline are inevitable after the age of 65. If you properly engage your brain at the beginning of the day, you can definitely keep your clarity, quick reflexes, and sharp thinking. Researchers at Stanford University's Brain Longevity Center say the morning is a prime time for creating new neural connections. The brain can increase the creation of a vital molecule called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which functions as fertilizer for brain cells, and is particularly sensitive to cognitive stimulation in the first half hour after awakening. And no, you can achieve this without doing arithmetic problems or learning a new language every morning. Mentally recalling your past day in reverse is a straightforward yet incredibly powerful practice. Once you've finished the previous steps, sit quietly, close your eyes for a minute or so, and start imagining yesterday's events, including breakfast, lunch, and supper, as well as who you spoke to, what you did, and where you went. Try to recall everything from the earliest to the most recent in backward order. As it becomes easier, you can push yourself even further by going back 2 days rather than one, or by include more particular information about your attire, the weather, and your emotional state. It has been clinically demonstrated that exercises such as these assist sustain cognitive function comparable to that of those 10 to 20 years younger. In addition to improving short-term memory, spending just 1 minute every morning can help prevent dementia, which many elderly people silently fear but are unaware of how to prevent. During today's video, dear friends, we learned that a mere 5 minutes every morning, broken down into 5 basic components: adequate hydration, boosting circulation, timely protein intake, joint mobility, and brain activation, can create a solid basis for living a healthier, more intelligent, and more independent life after the age of 65. I realize that this may sound overly straightforward, yet these seemingly insignificant details are frequently forgotten. And that's precisely why a small percentage of older persons maintain their independence, strength, and creativity far into their 90s, while the majority become more and more reliant. I won't discuss drugs or hospitals if you ask me what really affects longevity. I'll discuss the routines you follow every day. And it all starts in the morning. Try to follow these 5 steps when you open your eyes tomorrow. Your entire life doesn't have to alter. Simply start with how you start every day. In order for me to continue helping you on your path to a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. If you found today's content useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment indicating which element you'll start with first thing tomorrow morning, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Additionally, if you have friends or family who are over 65, please share this video with them. By doing so, you may be giving them more than just wisdom. You may be giving them a chance to live a different life.